Hello, my friends. I welcome you to another episode of Aditya Talks. And today we have Mrs. Sunmeet, and she's going to share her knowledge today on Aditya Talks. Welcome to the show, ma'am. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing very well. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am. The honor is mine. Today, I think our viewers are going to learn a lot regarding organic farming and organic life and how we can live a healthy life. So, ma'am, first of all, can you give us a brief introduction for our viewers so that they can know what you have done throughout your life?
Sure. I just want to make a small disclaimer. There is some construction work happening in my society, so there will be some noise. I'm unable to do anything about it.
No
Okay, so
problem.
that will happen in the background.
No problem, ma'am.
Okay, so as for my introduction, I live in Gurgaon. I'm a mother of two boys, and I am an entrepreneur for the last 4 years. Before that, I was into corporate sector. I worked for over 15 years, and primarily in the hospitality sector. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Interesting. Ma'am, so basically, you have done this much throughout your life. Can you just give a little bit insight onto your career and what you have done in your working life and your life uh, currently from the last 3 to 4 years you have started you began you have been doing some work on a startup, so can you share your knowledge on that, what you have done throughout your career and what has been you started Natuur 2 or 3 years back. Can you share your journey on that level as well?
Sure, sure. So I'm a Dutch national. I belong to the country of the Netherlands. I have lived there. I've studied there. And that is why the name Natuur comes for my company. Natuur is actually a Dutch word for nature. So we do everything natural in Natuur. In terms of my corporate journey, my educational experience, I did my economics honors from Devi Shri Ram College, and then I did an MBA. I did a 1 year senior management program from IIM Ahmedabad, and I started in the hospitality sector. I worked in 4 hotels and shopping companies. My last assignment was with Janata. It's an Emirates group company. And after that, I got into this entrepreneurship mode. And Natuur started 4 years back. I started Natuur because I wanted my family to be cancer free, to be healthy. I did not want to go to doctors. I did not want any medical insurance. That was the reason for getting into these practices, getting into natural way of living. And I had done a course in Sweden where they taught me that everything that we apply in the skin has to be edible, and that is how that was a big aha moment for me, that learning. And they taught us how to make soaps and shampoos and lotions and face packs, everything from the kitchen. They taught us from the kitchen to the bathroom, so that is what I promote in my company. And I practice what I preach, and I show people a very natural way of living. I do that in my production, and I also do it in my workshops. I teach people simple things to follow in their daily lives.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that is really interesting. Using what you cook and using what you can eat and converting it into something that you can apply on your body and keep your body healthy. So I think that is really interesting. Instead of using all chemicals and powders and something whatnot, uh, try to use natural things. And promoting this is a really interesting idea, and I'm really inspired. Ma'am, can you tell us about the goal of Natuur and what prompted you to start it?
So the goal of Natuur is to take people to a natural living space, to to create products that come out of from edible food grade items. Most of the ingredients we used are organic and plant based, and that is what we promote at Natuur. We sell at Natuur, and we teach in our workshops. So that is why Natuur was started.
Yes, ma'am. So as a person who promotes fitness and healthy lifestyle, What is your advice for our viewers watching, and how can we live a healthy life and try to avoid all these bad habits?
So the first and foremost thing they should do is to start to read labels. Read the ingredients very carefully. We usually just see the ads, we see the price of the product, we see how it smells like, and we buy it. But you have to actually read the ingredients and then find out, go to Google, find out if they are naturally derived ingredients, if they are synthetic, if they are chemicals, and if yes, then eliminate them from your house. So when I started this exercise for my own house, I had to discard some 80-85% products from all my bathrooms put together. So that was the amount of toxicity that was lying in my house, which we don't realize. We see a nice ad, we see a celebrity, in a bathtub, and we feel that is the so good. But there's so much of chemicals filtering the bucket. Our bodies have got 400 to 700 chemicals, all of us. So it's time we take them out, detoxify ourselves, and live happy, healthy lives.
So, ma'am, you have your own cosmetic brand, and can you tell us how it is different from many other brands, like many popular brands that young people and young teenagers are getting interested in makeup and all of this? And how is your brand more naturally and better for health?
So in my brand, we practice what we preach. There are no synthetic chemicals being used. There are no synthetic preservatives being used. So in my brand, even if you were to eat any of my products, we have about 250 SKUs available online. Even if you were to eat any one of them, though I don't promote eating soaps or shampoos, but even if you were to eat them, there will be no hazardous reactions. There would be, no stomach washing that is required, which you may require anywhere else. We do not have any warning signals on our label. So, in many of the popular labels, there will be a warning signal on the backside that if you accidentally swallow it, control a poison control center right away. Just go to a poison control center. And why do they have to write such things on their labels? Because it is poisonous, because it is so toxic if you swallow it. So, I don't have any such warning signs. And yeah, that is uh, that is how it is different from the other brands. It is absolutely safe.
I think that is really interesting because there are not many safe options for makeup and all of these days, and people usually just get swayed by the beauty that we get instantaneously, but they do not think about the future result. By putting a lot of makeup and harmful substances on our body, and they do not think about the long term, they think about the short term. And I think Natuur provides a long time satisfaction, and in like makes your skin beautiful over a long period of time. So, ma'am, how are chemicals in day-to-day objects harmful, and how can we avoid them? uh,
So the raw materials that we use, in various products, they can be either naturally derived, or synthetic. Synthetic is what they are created in factories. They don't come out of nature. So the synthetic ones, a lot of them, most of them are harmful. If it is made natural or naturally derived, then it is safe. Like apple, that comes from nature. Banana comes from nature. Absolutely safe. Naturally derived would be suppose something like coconut oil. So coconut comes from nature. You cold press it and you get coconut oil. That is naturally derived. And then synthetic would be like a synthetic version, a fragrance or something of coconut. So that is something that needs to be avoided. And for natural and naturally derived ingredients, that is what we incorporate in our products. They are absolutely safe, should be used, no side effects whatsoever.
yes, ma'am. I think that is great, and I think a lot of chemicals and a lot of preservatives in our foods, these all are resulting in an increase of cancer cases in these days. And in the 21st century, cancer is on the rise. How can we avoid this and live a healthy life instead? What are your suggestions on not only on Natuur, but from a healthy life perspective? How can we move forward in life on the right track?
So it is the complete holistic approach that we have to follow. It cannot be one magic pill. So many a times people tell me about their issues and then they say, "Can I get a soap or a shampoo or a cream that will help me solve all of that?" That's not possible. Healthy skin, healthy hair, healthy body, cancer-free life. That happens with holistic, healthy practices, and you have to change everything. Your food, your diet, your lifestyle, everything, your stress, how you manage it, your sleep patterns, how much sunlight you take in every day, how much grounding you do on a daily basis. So all these practices have to be incorporated. It has to be done. Some form of exercise has to be done on a daily basis. Only then can you get to a very healthy, organic way of living. So, like suppose if you have a dark circles, no matter what cream you use, they will not go away. You have to first work on your sleep. If you don't sleep for 8 to 9 hours every day, nothing can help you. So, basic things like that.
I think yes, ma'am. Um, Thank you for sharing that. And how can children also start to inculcate these habits from young? How can parents inculcate these habits in children so that they can become life? They can have an organic life and be healthy, so that they do not face cancer or something like that in the future.
So I think for children, the most important, impactful people are their teachers in schools and their parents. So I believe as parents, we have to be educated. Parents should read about these things. They should study. They should bring these values, into the children. You have to grow them on these values. They will not suddenly, understand what they have to do. So inculcate these practices in the daily way of living. Also, these things should be a part of our education system, a natural way of living, and they should be taught to kids in school so that it becomes a part of their lives. Coming from their teachers, they'll take it even more seriously, and that is the only way to go about it.
Yes, ma'am. Also, also, can you tell us about your favorite book, which you believe everyone watching should read?
So a book which has really impacted me and changed my life. Actually, there are a couple of them, but I'll just mention maybe two books. One is the Fakir. That was spiritually a very enlightened book, and I believe I've got all my answers through that book. Nothing disturbs me, overwhelms me anymore. So the Fakir by Rizvi Bharucha, and I believe a lot in manifestation and the law of attraction, and I really believe that my life is in my hands, and that is the power I got from the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So these two books definitely people should read, and it'll improve their mental and emotional health.
Also, regarding Natuur, ma'am, I also heard that you have an academy called Natuur Academy. Um, can you tell us about it, and what is the goal of this academy, and how can our viewers join? Um,
So we have a website. I have two websites for my Natuur products. We have Natuur.in, and for the Natuur Academy, we have
I'll
naturacademy.com.
definitely link them in the description below. You can just check
Yeah.
it out, my viewers.
So to be a part of my workshops, you have to go there. Natuur Academy, you have to register for one of our upcoming courses, and you can even buy the Natuur Premium membership, which entitles you to a few ebooks and courses throughout the year. And I have a partner company called VetCure. They promote best of my workshops. I do a lot of workshops in collaboration with them. So if you go to wellcure.com, you'll be able to see I have about 15-20 courses that I do along with them. So through Wellcure, you can be a part of my courses and we can study together, grow together. And I really believe it's important for women to do my courses, to learn this way of natural living, because as women, we are really the spine of our families, and we have to, energize our families and help them taking the right decisions, teaching the right values to our kids. So I really want a lot of women to come and attend my courses.
Of course, I will. Of course, as I said before, the links of these both websites will be in the description below. Just check them out and support ma'am because she has been doing a great cause. And check out her website as well, or Natuur, also for Natuur also. And if you find something interesting, then please buy it as well. Ma'am, moving on, can you tell us about your role models? Because you have done so much good for nature and people throughout your life. I don't think that you can do this without some mentor as well. So, who has been your mentor and your role model?
So my role models are definitely my parents and my husband, Atul. So I've learned a lot from my parents. They continue to inspire me on a daily basis. I still take a lot of advice from them on a daily basis. No matter how old I become, I'm still their kid. And whenever I'm in doubt, I ask my parents because I know they'll always give me the right direction. And in terms of ethics, in terms of values, morality, humility, I've learned all of this from my parents. And my husband is my best friend, and he really helps me grow. He's given me the wings to fly. I can pretty much do anything I want. And he always encourages me, promotes me. So these three people have the maximum impact on my lives. And of course, whatever I'm doing it for both my boys. I want to be their role model, and that's what inspires me to do what I do.
Of course, ma'am. That was really interesting. And ma'am, moving on, please advise two people whom you would like to see and learn from on this show.
One would definitely be my husband. He's an entrepreneur, and he motivated me to also come into this space. And he's quite a fearless man. So one would definitely be my husband, and the other could be the co-founder of Belcure. I'm happy to connect you to both of these people.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, lastly, last question. I hope you enjoy the show. Please advise what unique thing you have liked about the talks and any suggestions which should be incorporated to improve the experience of our viewers.
Uh, no, I think it was very detailed, in terms of the questionnaire you prepared and sent me. It was pretty detailed, and I quite liked, the way the show has progressed. And I think just keep at it, be regular with it, and do such talks on a regular basis. It will be a great learning for you as well as your viewers. And I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, ma'am.
So very, very, very good job done, Aditya.